it was a divine thing, you know. Yes, and that is where Plead My Cause come from. So all the things that I've been through, you know, being alone on the battlefield, may I call out to the source for strength. And that is why it resound with the people them, and the people them accept it the way they do, because that's how they feel, you know? Yeah, man.
Right. So this song basically came to you from the passing of your mother. Is like it this is basically coming from like your core.
Definitely. The core.
Yeah,
Yes. You know,
got
coming
you.
from the core, because you see, when you feel, you know, when a man feel and him express, it is fluent, and it captivating as well, because Plead My Cause is very captivating, you know.
It
And it
is.
has
It is.
captivated all its listeners. And I still believe that song hasn't broken as many grounds as it can possibly, you know, do. And we still have it out there. It's still circulating the globe same way, because
It 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 it,
purpose.
it is. It's just what I see. I always tell people. I always tell people this. Not because a song go viral, don't mean it's actually viral. It's just viral with those people that seen it. If
Yeah.
if five more people didn't see it, it's not viral to them yet. It's just the people them that explore that
Saw it
song.
already. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it should be I really do believe it should get more endorsed. And I've been playing it, and I think it has that little spiritual vibe to it too.
Yes. Because my
Yeah.
background is a spiritual background, you know, and as you can hear it, because my grandmother, I grew up with my grandmother, and she's like a revivalist lady, you know. And at the daytime, we
Christian?
used to, yeah, she was a Christian. So she
Okay.
used to get in a spirit and them something there. So at the daytime, she keep her prayer meeting, and it's like she couldn't see, you know, she blind. So
Right.
somebody have to read the Bible for her. So I was the one who volunteered to read the Bible. So knowledge of the Bible, I have that on lockdown, you know. That's why I can critique it the way I can. And you know, by doing that, you know, I get familiar with the Psalms and all the other books in the Bible and thing, you know. Yeah. So the spiritual side of me would have come from my grandmother, you know.
Got you, got
Yes.
you. Well, I could always relate to that. My grandmother brought me into religion 70 and trust me, my father he came to America, and from there they left me with my grandmother. My grandmother and my grandfather raised me to be the man I am
Okay.
today. So
Yeah.
grandparents they really do a lot. I would
Yeah, they do
definitely
a
say.
lot. They do a lot, and sometimes, you know, even though they do a lot, and the act was all an act of good intent, meaning all that they impose upon it, because a lot of them very imposing, you know, because some of the things the grandparents them teach you out of, you know, good intentions, but when they really do the maths and you check it out, a lot of things really not add up, but it did keep you and help you to pass the time, you know what I mean? So
Right,
now you
right,
pass the time, you have a balance, you know, so you know exactly where to place your next step. So we have to give
right.
thanks to all the grandparents them where,
Yes,
you know,
they give you a lot of, I would say, structure.
yeah,
Like
structure.
they structure you, and then spoil it too. Me nah tell you no lie.
Some of
They
them,
they spoil you. Like they just be like, "Where you licky boy for? Look the boy man, make him
yeah,
stay."
some of the young granny them will do that. The hot granny them,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
But
right.
but the rutical granny them will know about the flaggings and know about
Yeah.
those scare the rat or spoil the child. Them one then
Oh
you know
yeah,
ease up, you know.
yeah. Remember
Yeah,
when my grandmother couldn't deal with me no more? She just passed it over to my uncle and say, "Yo, me can't manage him no more. I'm too bad."
yeah. Even though
I
me as
got
a
you.
kid growing up still, me never did really rude like that, you know. And me can probably count how much time me even get flagging as a kid growing up still. Cause I always act responsible, you know.
Got you.
And me's like an old soul. And it's an old soul, and it's like you know everything. You get me? You're
Right,
familiar with
right,
everything and you can relate. And sometimes some people jealous of the gift that we're born with naturally, you know, and they might take it and tell us, say, go on, like you know everything and wait. But we take it as a compliment, you know what I mean? Mm.
right. You probably was ahead of your time, like
I
you are
think
in
I
your
was.
music.
You see, for add to what you say, all right. You see, the things that I'm saying now musically, The world will expect me to say it because if you look for my chin, it's a great ear, you know. So they must say a big man that, so him well learned and him have experience. But I've been
Right.
talking this way from ever since I was a kid, you know.
Right. You ahead of
Because
your time.
yes, and if you hear some songs of me right when me at 13, 14 and them age, you'd be surprised.
What's your
You
first
know.
song you wrote?
The first song, I don't really, I don't remember exactly the very, very, very first song, but we used to write poems first, though. You know, I'm gonna write so many that me have to really sit down and really pick my brain to find the first. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Got you. Got you. Okay. So, what inspired you to do music?
Well, music to me is an innate thing. You know, I'm born with it, and why me, how me know some I'm born with it is that I have a lot of singers in my family. My grandmother could have sing; she have a very powerful voice. My mother could have sing. My father can sing. You know, and
Uh,
me born with that. You see me? And then when we little now, me used to love hear melodies. And the way melodies make me feel, me try to sing it. And when I try to sing it, I say, what? I can't do it. So I just keep doing it and the love for it just grow and grow and grow. I find it in myself then, you know? And to tell you, I pass it on to one of share my daughter. I get 3 daughters. And you see the second one, she named Diamond. Trust me, brother. The girl, when I premiered that girl to the world, remember, Beyonce and what's she name? Rihanna. You name them. None of them not have nothing for my girl. And guess what? I never sent her a day to music school.
she got it. She got it from her pops.
Today she do a clip with the song say, at last my love has come along. My rainy days are over. And when the girl sing it, me I tell them man, go pimple. I mean I say, so me gal man. Yeah, son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
and the beautiful thing too is that she have her father in her life, and I'm pretty sure her mother is around. So
yeah,
say you are gonna have that foundation. This because them say acknowledgement and teachings starting at house. So she not gonna go to the
yes.
door. This is speaking as a father of girls too. She won't
Yeah.
go there for go look for your daddy because our daddy already there already.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I'm
But let me
saying?
tell you something. You see me, but now I'll tell you say, me give them the most luxurious life.
Right.
I never got the chance to do it. But you see, the best I can do, I
Yes.
do it. I represent it as a father. I feel proud of myself, you know,
As you
because
should.
I never leave them once.
As
And
you
I teach
should.
them, yes, and I teach them, you know, we make them experience life on different level, you know, some hands-on, some from second-hand standpoint, meaning me explain things that other persons go through and, you know, break it down for them so them can have a, you know, wide perspective, you know. So
Right.
I feel proud of myself as a daddy, man.
You know, I'm gonna tell you something. As a father, speaking as a father to a father, I feel like I'm talking to you like not as an interview, but more like as a bridging me well I meds with. Like first time talking to you. As
Yeah,
a speaking as a parent,
yeah.
time is something that you cannot buy. So
No,
when you spend time and you teach them how to be women and how to present themselves, they have a different way of how they present themselves in the world. You see, whenever a
so
girl don't
true.
have them parents in their life, they're gonna go
Especially
out
the
there.
daddy.
Yeah, they're gonna go out there in the world and they're gonna try to explore and try to they're gonna make a lot of mistakes and then they're gonna try to find their way. Most of them, but some of them won't fall to that. But I think
Yes,
every child needs their parents in their life, both parents,
yeah,
mother and
yeah.
father.
And father.
You know
But
what I'm
most of
saying?
the time too, you know, mothers spoil the girls them too because them full them with something. Where
Yes,
the
that's
father know that you see
yeah,
daughters, I think daughters definitely need the father. In the
yes,
sense where him teach her how she for relate to men.
yes, a fact.
You
And
get me?
she will always respect herself because she would have go and say, if me no want my father see me I do that or I display them kind of attitude in the street or
Yeah,
be this kind of person.
Yeah.
So I think, and all of that starts in the home. All of that
Yes.
starts in the home. But
Yeah.
yes, your father have a great impact on you, and
Yes.
especially
And
when he acknowledges you.
yes. And then you see, I want to send this message out to all black women, black mothers. You need to build back the bond between your men and, stop for the past and, you know, things happen. And right
Right,
now we have to bring the family back together again. So
right,
mothers to start respect the father and start teach the children them good things about daddy, and involve the father in the child life. You see, because
right.
three quarters of the time, the separation between mommy and daddy. Sometimes the
The-
mother them attitude, brother, push with them on them, because
right.
them expectations is just, out of this world, superficial some most of the times. So
Yeah,
we just need to take our heads out of the cloud and just reacquaint ourselves back with the family values and how important family values are, and gravitate around that and let that gravitate around your life and your kids' life.
a
Mm.
fact. Because
Sacrifice, yes, sacrifice to keep the relationship there between the daddy, because it don't have to be sexual. Because
right,
sometimes relationship dead and done if you just dash away, you understand? But dash it away.
right,
But there is a forever relationship where cannot be broken, because the bond between you and him are for as long as it lasted. That bond
right,
brought a product, which is a child.
right,
You see me? So you have to make the sacrifice, even though they're not jumping at each other's skin. But make
right.
sure say, yeah,
The you see the government in America, and
yeah,
these are the bad message them are put out there when it comes towards black people. They're putting this in the woman them head say me can be a daddy. Lock the man up, turn him gay, and we will raise the picnic for you. They're teaching our black woman that you don't need a man. You could raise all these kids by yourself. And then you have the child support thing will come in, and then you have
yes,
once the court start coming and then you pick the nice system and them thing there, it just destroys. And then you have a worthless man them now, them breedy girl them, and then them
yeah.
gone. And then the man them will do everything for you pitney, them get put on child support. I'm
Yeah, but you
like,
see, the woman them worthless too. The woman them worthless too, because let me show you something, brother. I'm gonna cut you, but a teacher once told me that it is not good to be with somebody that is not, your equal in a sense. Let us use intelligence for an example. Two duns nothing mate. And that she
yeah,
basically I said, because she said, I don't speak now, I go come. Now she's an educator, so she must have done some form of studies on the topic why she spoke so adamantly about it. I'm gonna take her in and it makes sense to me. A lot of these women go because I way catch them eyes. A man go so him have a little money, so him rather to look rich than to be rich. So him catch her with a look. So me know as a man, I go wear my t-shirt and me look a Rasta tam now. She don't want me because me no shine in front of her eyes. But all the best for me, because me no want a girl to think like that, because it'll be like masturbation. Because guess what? There's no connection with a woman like that. You see, the true connection have to come with mind and spirit and body. You get what I say? Some of the girls them is like some yamed, chicken heads running around with no brain. You get me? No disrespect, to no one. But we need to rise with level, man, and rise the frequency that we're on. And know that
right,
stop allowing the government in America to dictate and set limitations and standards for you. Because they
right,
understand that in order for black people to be strong, it has to start from the family. So they mess
right.
up the
But
family. No,
but
wait,
they
no.
have to but they have to destroy black people and separate way so we can
Uh,
run wild and ramp.
no, how you separate them? No, by the family, because look here. I'm going to tell you
Right.
something probably you might never looked at before. You know, there's only four persons in the world.
Teach me.
You only have mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters. Only four persons in the world. Everybody, if you're not a mother, if you're not a father, you have to be a son or you have to be a daughter. So that is
Right.
the family structure. The family structure is so simple and easy to monitor. If the mother and father grow the son and the daughter the real way, brother, everything good. Sacrifice. Let the child know, so look here, not because your neighbor's kid have this and have that. mommy and daddy don't have it. So guess what happened?
Right.
We're gonna work together and we're gonna create our own happiness. Stop run down vanity. You see
Yes.
me? No, no, look here. The system is very hard enough. And the system won't make it easy for the black family because the heart of the system of America and any government across the world is whatever agenda they have pushing. Just like this pandemic that they have going on now. It's a
Oh yeah.
pandemic. You get what
Yes.
I'm saying? And
Yes, it
just
is.
because they want, yeah, just because they want to push their agenda. But you see, now is the time for black people, to come
Right.
together now. And you don't have to love me, my brother, because look, it's the first time I see and look how me a reason.
May I
Like
tell
say,
you?
a long time. But
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
how it's supposed to be. I wouldn't
Right.
see you in the streets and see you in need and don't help you. I would help you because I'm familiar with you now. And I would
Right.
give you my respect first because guess what? You don't have to love me first, but just respect me, man.
I
And
was
let me
just about
show
to say
you,
that.
yeah, and let me show you who I am. And when I show
Right.
you who I am, then now we can build a bond. And that's how the love coming here. Say, yeah, man, I love my brother, man. Yeah, I love my brother, I love my sister. I
Right.
saw it go.
You
Yes,
see
sir.
the plan where them dudes use to separate black people is this. They they don't have to get along. But once them can come together and say, we can come together, them not have no kind of unity, they're easily to mislead. And that's been working years upon years upon years upon
From
years.
slavery, from
Yeah,
slavery.
yeah, and it's been working. We are
Yeah,
separate. We're the only people that's not united. You have Spanish people united, white people, Chinese people, Italian people, every other people. If you're coming to New York City, you have Chinatown, you have
yeah.
Little Italy, you have the Greek people them live together, you have the white people them live together. Black people, I want the people them must scatter all over the place. Even the Spanish people them. If you go
Yeah,
down by Fordham Road, Dykeman, you go anywhere in like almost in like New York, all the
yeah.
Spanish people them come together and they have that community. Even the gay community got a community. Black people is the only community that don't have a community. We're like all over the goddamn place.
You
You
know
feel
why?
me?
Black people is the mother and father of the entire civil world. You see, the black woman womb is the cradle of civilization. And these inferior people know that. So what they do is flip the script to make us feel like we are the inferior one. Why they fear us so much? There is something they don't want us to come together and figure out. But we can figure it out without them telling us. Because guess what happened? Don't listen to what the man say. Watch what the man does.
A
You me tell
fact.
you? Yeah,
Yeah.
because a man will never trick himself. Everybody trying to run down this American dream and follow this American dream. You know what the American dream is? Just
It's a
you
matrix.
yeah,
It,
you get up, you go to work, you try to buy a house, you buy a car, which sometimes you never even finish pay for the house and the car,
yep.
you end up dead left it. You know?
Yep.
Stop follow the American dream because only America can improvise and fix our dream and add to the dream. Create your
Yep.
own dream, create our own society as black people, build back the Black Wall Street again, disregard who oppose. And if Babylon come here, tear him a box. I make him look here. Every black man, woman, and child for bear arms all over the world
Yep.
because these people willing to go at war with our race right about now.
Yes.
And this is not
And
being racist. I'm not a
and they're
racist enough,
and they're
but
killing us.
they are killing
Be-
us. So
because
now it's
because because we're not educating ourselves because we're so much into the internet, the phone,
ah the
and the
lifestyle
fast
presented to
life
us.
and them thing there. You understand?
Yes, yes,
That's what everybody's into. And this is because we have too much broken homes. And when you have too much broken homes, this is what happened. You have a baby mother, you are teach the
yeah,
pitney control stuff, and then when you go back over there, so he got the phone in the hand, and what the pitney are gonna more go towards the negative things. You understand? You come to America, you
yes,
work, you work like a dog, and you end up in a nursing home and you have to give away everything you have so the government can probably give you some medication to take care and everything like that. The system is broken, but you not get to enjoy your real wealth here because of all of the obstacles them that you face. And Jamaica
yes,
need to fix up themselves too because them sell out everything to the Chinese and God, what do Jamaica own now? What do
Jamaica,
they
look
own?
here. No, let me tell you something and get this clear. Jamaica is not owned by Jamaicans. We only live here. Jamaica is owned by the Queen. The Prime Minister is the Queen's secretary. The Governor General is the Queen's manager. Yeah? The rest are MP, them are just some supervisors. So you see when the business deals them go down, it have to pass through the Queen. So the China people them link the Queen say, go to my office. That's why you have Jamaica House, Garden House, King's House, because a sovereignty, a royalty, a rule Jamaica, own Jamaica. So anybody come and say, okay, all right, Queen, I want to do some business in your place. You know, she said, okay, go to the office and talk to the Prime Minister and the Governor General, and then give them anything they want. No, I'm not saying Jamaica is not being developed, you know, but Jamaica, the land is being developed. The people's lives is so deplorable, brother. You know how much sufferation are going in a Jamaica? In a Jamaica,
No,
you still have pit toilet in a Kingston. You me tell you, pit
yeah,
toilet. The street, the drain not even good, brother. Even though you know, them have fixed all of that, you know, so Jamaica can become pretty and nice because Jamaica is a corporation. You understand me?
business.
And guess what? They tell you that you're independent and you're free. We are not free. We are not
No,
independent. You get what
God,
I'm saying? Right now, they view your mother as a ship. They view you as a cargo. And your mother come back at the hospital, which is the port. That's why them give you the documents. The only thing your mother and father do is give you a name, but they give you a number which they identify you by.
a
You
fact.
get what I'm saying? Right about now, they want to bring in this NIDS, is a identification system where them put a chip inside of you where you can do online banking and all of that. And I hear from good source that the government is about to implement that as a mandatory thing. Now, how can you tell me this is mandatory, something that must go into my body? You know, say, I tell me something for war with you.
Really?
May I
They
tell
have that
you?
in Europe. They have that in Europe, and I think Elon Musk is exploring that too because he said he want to put the chip into the soldiers the soldiers mind so they could like um communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the government is trying to pass that.
Let me tell you, Satan is here. The devil is here already. And him walking around with hands and feet, head, eye, ears, nose, and mouth, just like me and you. But we are looking for this monstrous two-hand beast.
Yeah,
But
that you're not
yeah,
gonna see that team. They already.
yeah, the devil they already, man. Them there and them
Yeah.
are orchestrating thing because I don't see why I must get a chip in my body. My body where I'm born with. No guy you know own me and a brother. Give me freedom or give me death. You get me?
Well, when you're in America, them own you know, them call it state property. That means
Exactly. You are
yeah,
a slave. You are a slave. And guess what?
yeah,
Slavery
a
never
free
end.
slave, a free slave,
No. Oh, me understand.
a
Yes.
free slave.
Me understand. They only let me tell you this. There's no such thing as freedom. Freedom is too expensive. We only have a few privileges. And just as how you'd buy a house and if the government say, hey, they want to build a road and the road is gonna pass right through where your house is, you know, position. They have the right to take the house. And you
Yeah.
can't do nothing about it. Now, who give them money and so much right? Because the people there, look, every soldier and every police, right, is like, all right, let me put it a different way. Soldiers and police are our sons and daughters. So I want to sit down and watch and see if these soldiers and police will stand up and defend these wicked people and their agenda and
For
suffer the, even their own family.
for a
You get
check
what
they
I'm
will.
saying?
For a
I
check
guess they
they
will
will.
because them cheap.
Yeah, because you know what I find very disappointing living here.
Yes. Yeah.
You will see a black officer and a white officer, and the white officer beat it down, and the black officer did it, and him just a look. Or the black officer beat it down, and the white officer help him. Yeah, say to yourself, say, like, isn't this guy supposed to? We're both black, whatever. Isn't he supposed to be at least having a local leniency if you see me I get approached or being treated a
As
certain
a black
way?
man.
Yeah. So even we own black people are still out. them have this saying say, if you have if you get if the government find oil in their yard,
I
it's
feel
theirs.
one.
If them find gold in their yard,
I
it's
feel them one.
theirs.
Yeah.
But if them find drugs in their yard,
I
it's
hear one.
yours.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm confused. Like the government, the people them are the one that put the government in office. And me I always say this: if black people was more united, we could achieve so much. But what I've seen, and PDA teach me this, him say sometimes you have to learn to detach yourself from certain things. And when he said when he said you need to detach yourself, he says sometimes people are not obligated. Me understand what you must say about that, but you also have to remember, say where people are in idea and where feelings are into stuff. And in order for us to achieve anything, we have to care. If you don't care, you're not gonna support, you're not gonna want to help, and you're not gonna want to be a part of anything. So anytime you see, anytime even if you see you drop a project, right? And the people them no purchase it, I don't support it, that means they don't care for you. If you have a concert and the people them not come, that means they're not checking for you. You understand? So that's what
Yeah.
we need to understand. When we not get the support from people that we're supposed to get, that means point blank, they're not checking for you. You know what I'm saying? And any kind of organization you have or whatever, if people don't care, you're never gonna get the support. May have one brother that is doing like a little back to school thing, whatever. And he said that he needs help, and all these people is giving his likes, be a likes. But may I say, how can you guys like but don't donate? You understand? Oh, no, everybody can spend $300 for some Jordans, some sneakers, or but it just shows you where people priorities are. People
Yeah.
don't care, and when people don't care, it hurts. You know what I'm
But I
saying?
would call them people, I would call them sheeple because remember, to a great extent, you can't even blame them, because look here. People live what them learn and them learn what them live. They were trained this way. The system trained them the way they are. Like, just take for instance, you have Generation X, Generation Y. Yeah? Why you
Yeah.
have to label the generations? You ever take time out for really look into that? And when you
Well,
check it out, the gap has never been bridged between the young and the old. Because the younger persons now are going to look for me and say, old man, that man, so they won't sit down and talk to me. If them even
right.
sit down and talk to me, they won't open up with me as though they would open up with them peers. So if there's anything that could or can be fixed that I could have, dealt with, now gonna be done because they won't open up to me because the gap there, the generation gap. Now, why you think the system caused that? Because they know that if they bridge all of these gaps between the young and the old, black and black, powerful and mighty are gonna be around here and the system will tackle. Now, I understand, that law is a must. And
A
as
fact.
long as there, yes, we need law and we need order. I respect the law of every land. I respect it. But when it is being unfair to the people, that is when I think the people should also now step out of line and make certain corrections. Because if you sit down comfortable with the abuse, they'll keep abusing you. Now
Right.
black people know what to do. Now them need to get up and do it. Because
Because go
look
ahead.
here. If what we feel, what we faced over generations and decades on top of decades, if what we face, if they are not familiar with it, maybe they need to feel it too. Because when a man feel, him can't go wrong.
Oh yeah.
Experience, yes, experience is the greatest teacher. And maybe what they are putting us through, they have no clue how it feels. So maybe what we should do is give them a taste of the same medicine. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Yes. So
Yeah, you
black
have to
people,
fight back.
yeah, black people on the need for wake up, else you're not go dead in our sleep.
I
I'm
said
telling
this a
you.
while back. Slavery left, but I think it's gonna come back. I really
No,
believe it.
no, no, no. Slavery never left. That's where you went from. Let me tell you
Well,
what is slavery. Let me tell you what is slavery. First time, Babylon will take you on the cotton field. Let us use cotton, for example. They will take you on the cotton field. They would whip you, right? They have some house slaves that watch you. They have some bossy slaves that watch you as well because they want to be good with Bakra. So if you sit down and try to rest, him go inside and say, Bakra, no, say, the little virgin, him sit down and rest, you know. And Bakra come and chop off on your toe. You know, see. So when Bakra don't know, suck off a piece of bone and give him, the look one in farm. You get me? So what Bakra don't know was use the cotton field, enslave us and use our energy to build the system. To build him industries, him companies, him offices, and when him don't know, him start teach the slaves them all for read and write because guess what? Him gonna move the face, him gonna change the face of slavery by telling us, okay, you can become a doctor, you can become a lawyer, okay, you can work in my office. Oh, you yes, man, you can become the contractor over there, man. Yeah. So him give it a different face. So you know, pick cotton alone now, you start industrialize the whole thing. So you have different entities where the same slaves are for the cotton field fill. So
right.
First time now, him used to call you, ring a bell, bing, bing, bing. And you say every slave around come with him little sheddy and him cup. If you come get the little slush bubble and go and slush it out in our basin gear. And you go sit down and name that fast. Because if you don't name that before him bring back the belly now, you have to dash away in your plate. So guess what him do? Him say, hey what? I will no longer cook for you. Slavery has abolished. I will no longer cook for you. That him tell you now. So him say, I will give you this thing, the legal tender, which is the money. So him say, you go and buy your own food. I will no longer house you. You go and buy a house. Save up your money and buy a house. So him create the economy and him tell you how to apply yourself to the economy. So we black people, we poor people are like a brinks carrying Babylon money because you know how much billions of money flow through black people on. But because we're not united and we're not economically inclined, we don't know what to do with this millions of dollars. We rather looking rich than to be rich.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So this is the modern day slavery. Slavery never left. They could have never allow slavery to leave because guess what happened? The man that dictates how much you should get or how much you should be paid for your service is your slave driver.
A fact. Me tell my daughter this the other day, Me say to her, me say, what kind of slave you want to be? Because you know, say we all a slave in a Babylon. You want to be a independent slave where you work for yourself. You want to be a slave for the government, or you want to be a slave that work for a plantation. Daddy, I'm a free slave. I work for myself. I rather that because if me have to go work for somebody and I'm gonna tell myself, hey, lift this up, put this over there, so do this, do that.
Well, look here, let me tell you something. I wouldn't tell her that, because you would be putting a veil over her face. You have to tell her the thing real way. She's a slave. We all are slaves. You see, as long as there's taxation and you pay tax, you're a slave because you're giving the country money for nothing at all. What them giving you for the tax money? Well, America might give back some money at year end time, but all like that.
Thank you. I look a check the other day. I look a stimulus check.
Yeah, but them can afford to do that. You know how much billions of dollars them have?
Man, you couldn't even fathom it.
A lot of these people who are pushing their agendas in Jamaica, if they really did care about the people's well-being, why they never try to invest a couple billions of dollars? Because they don't have to give a quarter of what their net worth, They just have to give us a couple billions and, put it in implement it in certain structures, yeah? And,
but the people, if you get the Jamaican people the money, they make a party, thought. Look,
not in that way. Not in that way, because I wouldn't give a fool, not even, I wouldn't even give him a board knife.
Jamaica, let me tell you something. 2 people, let me say party. The most Spanish people start Thursday. Jamaican people start Friday. Jamaica people party like, before the pandemic, I be a party, people in my party. But you can't give certain people money because them don't know what them are going to do with it. The government give people stimulus check. You know what people them use the money do? The man them use the money buy PlayStation. The man them use the money buy Xbox. They use the money buy bicycle and clothes. Then do
Babylon set in the way. But when I say if they really care about the well-being of the people, how they should spend the money, I mean, You have to educate and empower. You understand me? Because you see, even though Jamaicans love party, Jamaicans ambitious, and Jamaicans love to have the money. You see me? But the
A fact.
opportunity is not rampant. You see me? And then the system, all the system does is create criminals. The best thing it do is create criminals. You can sure you get
Yeah.
some durable criminals from the system, man. You see me? And because what? No opportunity not there, no structure not there for the youth. Them the youth them just born and grow up and them see the things them surround and them follow. But nobody don't care about them. So them just live, grow dead. Born, grow dead.
A fact. And when
Sadly.
it, when the people them get deported and then come my country, that even make it even worse.
Yes, when they deported them come to Jamaica, 'cause a lot of them go America and them go there illiterate. Some of them go there and them follow. And when them follow now is like some of them get catch. Because when them a look on it, when enough people look on it is the big money. Because the only way you can buy a house, buy a car, and have a business and have one heap of clothes, one heap of girls while you're still young is if you're going to go probably sell drugs. Now, if you don't do
Yeah.
that, you cannot work and live them life there. But you see, the TV keep promoting these lavish lifestyle to the people them where the system now provide no ways and means where them can provide that for themselves. So it only cause them now to look for ways and means or to get them money there in a them real time, yeah, which is by selling drugs, or probably by killing people or something. So the system cause all of these things,
A fact.
because they don't care.
It put pressure. But Missy
Yeah,
people, I have friends that got deported, and it was like an eye opener for them. They're walking, and I have a good friend that got deported, and he's doing good. He's working for a solar company. I know another guy that got deported. He's working, doing his own job, whatever. And I know another person that got deported. Like a few people the few ones them that I know, they're doing
yeah,
good for themselves. But the ones them that I've never seen before, because these guys that I know, they were doing bad and they know they were doing bad. But when they go back home, it was like an eye opener for them to be like, you know what? Me live the life there. I mean, I don't want to live that life there
yeah,
no more. I wanna do right. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But the music that you make pretty much is a reflection of you. I take it, right?
yeah. It's a reflection of a lot of things. Not really say personally me, but me is a man where I watch things and life inspire me to, experiences and life, people's experiences and so forth. Yeah, man.
Got you. So, um, I heard you. I read in your biography that Dave Kelly.
Yeah, man.
Damn, a Walpa artist, Dave Kelly, pretty much highlight. What was your working experience there?
Well, it wasn't really a long thing, it was more like an audition in a sense. I was introduced to him by Daddy Screw, right?
That
Daddy
screws the
Screw is like,
artist, right?
yeah, man, artist. Yeah. Girl, know where you are one on the chart. Sexy carry at the beat
Yeah,
of the heart. Psychedelic and a dip like a dart. Certain girl them a real old part.
in love, I
Yeah,
know I break your heart. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah,
people
yeah,
brother.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
yeah.
I think that the school was the first selector slash artist, our first selector where transition to singing, doing music, and it was very successful for him. But he was the one who introduced me to Dave Kelly. And Dave Kelly approved the art form that I had, and him give me one and two tips, and tell me how to go about structuring certain things. And then from there, I never see him again. I never even recorded a song for him.
You know, said nobody know me don't know what Dave Kelly look like. The man
You
in
know,
a
say no
pretty
one resemble you.
really,
I swear.
really.
Yeah, man.
Me
Yeah, them
never
the
seen
one
a
who
brother
resemble
yet.
us. Yeah.
Never in my life. Me never, even when them man there pop, you never see them man in a party a pop buckle. You never seen
No.
that guy before.
You see the 90s man them. The 90s man them did more grounded. And I wouldn't even say more grounded as to say, well, then the millennials them not grounded. They are grounded as well. But remember now, first time you never have the internet, like what the man I'm exposed to now. So probably I wouldn't get to see a Dave Kelly them time. But I see him recently on the net, you
Really?
know.
I don't even know what he
Yeah,
looks like. And he's a
yeah, man.
legend. That man
Living
is a,
legend.
yeah, that man is a legend. Like, yo,
Yeah.
them man there, what he him pretty much ruled the 90s.
I want to tell you, Dave Kelly are the pooper dancer, the father dancer. Let me tell you.
And a whole
Yeah,
platoon them man they produce, write,
yeah, man.
co-produce, engineer, and them thing there. Them
Yeah,
man they
man, the man is
responsible for
he's very talented.
a whole pa people career. But
Very talented youth.
why was your journey there short lived?
Why was it short lived?
Uh-huh.
Because, all right, after I go see him, they said to me, say, my voice did fine at the time. And look how my voice big, So him say, I have to do some exercise and, go and practice. So I leave, I'm going to do just about that. And it's like, me get introduced to some other people. And then, being here and there and all over the place. And the fact that he already taught me the structure how to format the song and so forth, or to
Yeah.
formulate the song. Yeah, him show me that, and then now I meet some new producers, Mikey Spence and Simo, them one that was my new guide. So because me have them working with now, I never see the need to go back to Dave,
Okay.
which
Okay.
I think was one of my biggest mistake. Trust me, right now, I love for could have even say, yeah, man, a legend, do some work together, you see me? But never too late still. I probably might watch an interview tomorrow and I might say, you know what, Julex, go do some work, you know what I
No
mean?
doubt, no doubt.
Yeah,
When before you did your solo acting, you had a crew called a Brimstone.
yes, the Brimstone crew, and then man, they link up out at East, because all of them come from Eastern Kingston. So we form a little group. You have a rap, you have rapper, you have DJ, you have singer night. Mm. So we used to go to a little community concert and mash them up, you see me?
Right, right.
Yes. And then after a while, life happened to everybody. So this man goes so, this man goes so, most of them go far and go live and me have to step away myself and go do it myself. So basically I saw it work. But we still link up and them still give me them, thumbs up.
Right.
When
Who's
they want to.
I meant to ask you this. Who's Dennis Wright?
Dennis right now was the producer slash manager when we meet. After that was after Dave Kelly give me the heads up, on the talent and tell me say, yo, you can write in you, cause that Dave tell me, Master you can write in your
You
sound
sure
good enough for
can.
you. Yeah, and I say, but your voice just fine. Go work on the voice and come back, come check my man. That him tell me, And I
Yeah.
never get to go because when I get introduced now to Dennis Wright by my best friend named Ricardo Jones. Ricardo Jones was the engineer for Music Mountain Studio where Dennis Wright used to run. Now, Music Mountain Studio belonged to a brother named Chris Stanley. I think him have some form of relationship with Grace Jones. I don't know if he's our boyfriend or our husband, but somebody corrected me in a previous interview saying that they only had a close relationship. But that was the studio, when we get introduced to and we meet Simo and Mikey Spence, and we put an album together at that time. And the album was, I think they gave the album to Unexpected, a company named Unexpected. Unexpected now used to manage, no, Dennis Wright used to manage Shaka Demus and Pliers and Rita Marley at the time. And he was also my manager too. So Unexpected came, found the interest in the works, and I was doing writing for Shaka Demus and Pliers. I wrote a couple songs and an album with them. Yeah, man. And that was the place that took me away from everybody else, everything else, and put my foot on a certain pathway. You get me? And the pathway that lead me to plead my cause. You get what I'm saying?
Right, 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 right. Okay. Um, Missy have a song where Why Don't We Love? What's that song about?
Hmm?
You have a song called "Why Don't We Love." What's that song about?
Oh, well, that song is a song where me a question man and him son. Because me I say to man and him son, me I say to them, say, if love is the answer, my question is, why don't we live in love and cherish life, the greatest gift from the Most High up above? A nation that stands divided shall fall united in defeat. So the message is give love and receive. The world is so tense, and every man a hold him side of the fence. Yes, everyone is against each other. We should be each other's keeper. The distance between us, we must fill that space with love. And together we'll right all the wrongs. Together we all must get along. Together unite and be strong. Together we all must get along. You know what I mean?
You,
So
I take it you write poetry
yeah,
because
man. That's
your
how I
music
start out
reflects.
first.
Yeah, poetry first, right?
Yeah, I used to write poems first, and then my cousin used to turn them into songs and put melody to it. So them time the Ninja Man just bust. I mean, they love Ninja Man style. So I used to free flow, freestyle, you know. I remember my
Shout
friend
out,
named Aspano. Eh?
shout out to Ninja Man.
Bless up Ninja. Yes, my general, my first teacher, then Budgie the Bantan. And I want to tell you, none of these people besides from Dennis Wright, Simo, and Mikey Spence, and Dave Kelly never really personally teach me anything, you know. But indirectly, I learned so much from them because my love for music and my attention to the craft and other persons, you know, artwork and so forth. So watching Ninja Man, Buju Bantan, Sizzla Kalonji, when Sizzla bust, you know, the whole of the people that will know me, I call me, I say, what? You boss know me out. But I never me a Sizzla. Even though some people still think a Sizzla to bleed by cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. Even
So
Sizzla Virgin, yeah, even Sizzla Virgin them make the comparison with me and the Sizzla, you know, because greatness are greatness, you know, brother. And we just cut from the same material, you know. It's just that the opportunity where you know certain artists get. Me never get the opportunity there. And if I was given the opportunity, trust me, I know say things should have be different, but me not go really judge a thing because time of the master, and
right.
I think the universe have everything, you know, all written down and planned out, you know.
So
Mhm.
um, just looking back from where you're coming from till now, um, you think your journey was rough? You think you got a fair share, or are you working on doing going to a higher heights?
All right, you see, I must be thankful for what I have because I have a song where that are my ID. Anywhere me going in the world, it doesn't matter who the girl or the guy is. You see,
They will
from
know
me,
you by
me
yeah,
go, me have a place cut out. And the
right.
universe know what me that forgot you because, you know, some unfair games to play with my career though. And because I did me alone and, you know, me just sit that for just easy and take it far. Because me know say, well live inside of me, them can't take that. Them only can try to block me from the greatness where we could possibly, you know, have gotten at the time. But
Wait,
them, yeah,
don't say anything. Let me just say this to you, and then you could continue.
yeah,
You see the kind of person that you are,
yeah.
how you're kind, you have open arms. People look upon people like that, like you're soft. That's how the world look at when you see like you have a open heart. You be like, oh, I'm your brother's keeper. I'll help you.
Yeah,
People look
yeah.
upon people like that, like you're soft. Go
I
ahead.
don't say them wrong though.
I know because them say kindness is weakness, and when you it's best to be feared and loved, but it shouldn't be like that. You understand? But
It
keep
shouldn't
on
be
saying what
like
you're
that.
saying.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that. And you're so right. You're so right because you what up. It's not even say them a look for say well then me soft or you know because who I've been around them know me right. Them know me and I know them. And sometimes, you know, the struggle is not sometimes I'm not even the gunshot, you know. I just who pull the trigger.
Yeah.
You get me? Because you expect your enemy to do it, but not the ones
No.
that were around you. You expect the
Nah.
ones that were around you for one for see you reach his zenith, brother. See me?
Yeah.
So I was a victim of all of them something there, and jealousy played a part. But me give thanks to the radio people, them. Me give thanks to the mix CD people, them, especially Danger Zone. See, because three quarter who reach out to me because them say them first heard it on Danger Zone mix CD. So I want to give thanks and shout out mightily to the radio people them will give Junior extra support. You see what I say? You have one
Right.
radio person in particular, Elise Kelly. Should never leave me out, brother. Fly high or fly low. Should never leave me out. All
Right.
before she meet me, that woman and give me support,
Right.
before she
Because
meet me in person. And I
oh,
want to bless up the sound man them too.
that's
I
something that
only
I have to touch on what you acknowledging. You see, you're acknowledging the people them that help you to get to where you are
where
now.
I'm at.
And a lot
Yeah.
of time people they don't remember people. They don't remember
No.
people. They don't know if you
No, no,
acknowledge
no.
people and give them flowers. We say, hey, you helped me to get here. Thanks.
Yeah, man.
You understand? It's the same thing
Yeah.
Gideon say. Nobody's obligated to do anything, but they do it because they want to do it.
You want to
You
do it.
understand?
Yes.
So
And a lot of persons out there will help me, man. You have Alpha Sound, Mr. Palmer from Bahamas. You have Culture Shock, whole heap of people. It is too much to mention, brother. But me give them thanks for what me achieve so far. It might not be all right. A lot of person might say, boy, they only know plead my cause. Some people might say, you know, one song them know for me and thing. But me have hit songs across the world though. You see, even the
yeah,
same song where you just asked about love, that
yeah,
song a big song of Kenya. And one other one named Them Can. Now our next one named Invincible. What the next one go again? Hustler. The Bahamas. What?
yeah.
Hustler.
No,
Hustler.
your songs are very relatable, and like I I don't. Do you have a album out, an untitled album out, or you just have
Yeah, man. I have an album out. Yeah, they released an album for me in '09 that are with Revolutionary Entertainment.
right?
Yeah, yeah, man. So that's one. Right now, I'm working on one too. I mean, I work on some singles as well too. You see me? So all of that in the making, brother.
Okay, just make sure you get your publishing and you get your thing right.
Yeah.
Do you have a Vivo page? I didn't see a Vivo page. You have a Vivo page
No, not yet.
channel? Yeah,
Not yet.
you need to put that into place because your Vivo will be what you leave behind for your kids to get money from.
Right, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
pension, that's your retirement. You
Yeah.
need
So
that.
more
Every
set up, more
artist,
structure it out. Mm-hmm.
yeah, every artist has a Vivo, and you need that because when you have your Vivo, what you call it, they could just type in Junior X and then because your thing is gonna be certified, you type in Junior X, boom, all your music them did it. When you drop all your music them, all your music them did it. So my advice for you moving forward after this interview, you have a Gmail, right?
Yeah, man.
Right. So you can upload all your song them on that channel there. All your songs them can go on that channel there. So make sure after this interview ends and we part and go our separate ways, because we're learning from each other. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you
Yeah, man.
create a Vivo page and whatever contract that you sign with any kind of corporation, anything of the sort, don't use a company liar. Get your own outside liar and get three other niggas to look on that shit. Because once you put your
Yeah.
name on that daddy line, that's it. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
man.
make sure you create that Vivo page with wherever if you got a Gmail, you put all your music them on that. So you can
Give
be in
thanks to the
the
inside.
right. So you could be in the trending of new music out or whatever. You just create a banner. You could do all of that stuff. You could get
But
creative
you,
with it.
you know what really bother me most? May I say, like after you get certain amount of views, like the whole thing become monetized. But a lot of persons uploading videos, of artists and they're collecting money and they are not the owners of the property. So YouTube and all those people don't
Well,
do something about that.
no. That's not YouTube job. That's your job because you're the artist. if you are plant, if you have a aki tree in a yard, right? And you know, say them aki they supposed to open up and me take a aki them, and you come and say, but me think say aki them that means I'm stealing from you. That's your job as an artist to go after all those people that get money from those and shut them people down so you can get all of the royalties back, reverse back to you.
Also, there are ways where you can get to them and they have to pay. That's what you're saying?
Yes, you can get a lie upon that and then we sort out all of that. But everything costs money. But those are royalties that they're robbing you for, because when I look at when I look at Plea My Cause got 1.6 million views, and you have videos that's on the way of being viral, and all those people that upload those songs, whatever, they're getting paid off of that. So they're
Yeah,
basically
so
taking
so so what number, what figure is considered being viral?
anything over a million.
Okay.
If you get 500K, once you start reaching in the 500Ks and over, you're you're doing numbers. Because if somebody was going to be like, yo, uh let me sign you, let me check your YouTube views, them say, okay, we can't get a little small budget, you got a little boss, you got a little fan base or so, but if you have 100, 200, 300 people, then say, we'll get back to you, we'll call you, we'll call you.
Yeah.
That's what they'll basically say. So
Yeah.
these are stuff that you have to make sure, say, you put into place. And if
Place. Yeah, man.
yeah, and if you need knowledge on stuff like this, we can make a talk to Payday, because he's a producer. He used to work with Bounty Killer.
Yeah.
He can walk you through all of that shit right there, because he knows his stuff, and he taught me a lot of stuff. You see, sometimes I do all these interviews. While I'm interviewing my parties, I'm also learning from them as well. And that's what I like. That's why sometimes me like the cultural people, and when we talk to, sometimes I not too like the hype man them, and the yin 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 yang yang. Me like the man them, the people them that's cultural, they're more grounded. You can learn things from them, as well as you learning things from me, learning things from them, me learning things from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would definitely say, I'm gonna I'm the party that put us together so we could talk. I'm gonna email Payday number to you, and you talk to him. If you're doing music or something like that, you could have him produce music for you, whatever. He's a very stand-up and credible guy. He has a Grammy. He won a Grammy in like I think 2011, and he's the first cousin of Buju Banton. He worked for Bounty Killer. He's a very stand-up dude.
Yeah.
So after we bring this to a close, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna send his number to you. I'm gonna tell him first, and then I'm gonna pass the number to you. And if you need any kind of help or anything of the sort when it comes to them stuff there, he will walk you through that. Actually, he's here. He's in. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's here. He'll walk you through on that. And if you need production on your music mixing, him work for Movado. He's responsible for a lot of artists. Vibes Cartel, Movado, IRA, K Queens, Bounty Killer, a whole bunch of dudes. But they're taking royalties from you. Those money is supposed to go to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So now go talk to him, and what you call it, let you build a vibes with him, because you
Yeah.
seem like a very stand up, what you call it, dude. But before I wrap this up, is there anything you would like to tell the listeners before we go?
All right
As
about now, we need the listeners them for go listen to some of Junior X music. I don't know the music of the medicine, and right about now we're going through some terrible time, you know. Now a new single out called Jah Will Deliver Us. Yeah, that's Jah Will Deliver Us. Cause I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the most I will deliver us. I know Jah will, even at the point I feel like giving up. Whoa, yeah man, check out the song. They don't know we have a whole heap of other songs on YouTube. You see me? Yeah, man, and just love yourself, take care of yourself throughout this pandemic, even though we think it's a pandemic.
I
Still be
definitely
careful.
believe that.
You can't just run around carefree, wear your mask until you figure out what's going on. You get what I'm saying, my people? Yeah, man, and
Definitely.
just love each other, take care of each other, and be kind, and let's build back the black family together again, yeah? All the white listeners, enough respect, all the Chinese, Japanese, All nations, respect, yeah? But just I sweep out my yard first, car. You don't know the thing said. So enough love and thanks for having me again. You don't know Junior X. Battlefield. Oh, plead my cause, oh, Jah.
My
Check
thing.
it out.
Just
Yeah.
give my show a shout out.
Huh?
It's Emancipate Show. This give me a shout out and what you gonna call it? Continue making good music. And
Yeah, man.
I definitely believe no dick riding. You're an incredible artist. Your music
Give
is very,
thanks.
very listenable. And I really appreciate you taking this time out to come on my channel and give your views. And I felt more like this wasn't an interview. I felt like we basically just like, yo, yo, what's up with you, man? Like we just basically what I look of vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I really
So we
appreciate
say,
that.
oh, plead my cause, oh, Jah, emancipate show, stand firm. Battlefield, you don't know, Junior X are representing for the emancipate show. You know, so I say, yeah, man, we just have to take a time out also to big up Venom, you see me? Yeah, man, a good youth, a source, dub plate for me, you see me? Yeah, man, big up Venom, I don't know. Yes, I bless up to you, my general, and thanks for having me here, sir.
No doubt.
Yes, I
One
Yeah,
love,
man.
guidance.
One love, guidance, brother.
Yes,
Salute.
Father. Salute.
Yeah.
Mad.